What's going on, everyone? This is Dark Synth here, and with the 2XKO Alpha Lab coming to a close tomorrow, I thought I would finally put out my impressions and thoughts regarding the Alpha Lab, since I was lucky enough to get selected. I'm very grateful, so thank you for choosing me, Riot, for testing your game. Now I shall give my feedback regarding this game. I will say this game is just super fun, and I can't wait for the full release, which don't expect anytime soon, because this is literally an alpha, which is a build previous to a beta. I'm sure we're going to have future betas, or labs is what they're calling them, in the future, so yeah, I can't wait to see where this game goes. So, for the good, we'll just start out with the good. Character uniqueness. So, even though this game has kind of simple controls and not really motion inputs, the characters still feel unique and different from each other. Like, Darius doesn't play like Ari at all, or like Illaoi, or like each character plays different, and it shows. You can feel it too. It's really cool. So, and then the next thing is this actually has depth. It may not seem like it, but with all the stuff you can do with handshake tagging, assists, and just like block string sequences and setups you can do, like, this game is gonna be nasty regarding mix-ups. It's like a Marvel game, honestly. It's being directed by the Cannon brothers, which are huge Marvel fans, and they are the, I guess, creators of EVO, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they are very into the FGC. They are aware what goes on in the community, so they have an idea what people want. Now, with this being a League of Legends fighter, like, I haven't played a single game of League in my life. I know this is going to be a little bit of a tangent, but for people who are like, well, I've never played League, I'm like, well, neither have I. But I just like fighting games. It's hard for me to stick with one fighting game, so that's why I kind of flip-flop between a lot. Especially when a new game comes out. Like, I just got to try the new one and see how I like it. But, yes, this game has a lot of depth regarding the characters, assists, the handshake tagging, the fuses. I just can't wait to see where this goes when more legends are added in the game. And if you don't know, League of Legends has over 200 characters, so I don't ever think this game's roster will get that big, but you never know. If this game reaches over like 70 characters, that would be wild, and that would be the biggest roster in a fighting game to date. But next is the mechanics. This game is mechanically rich with, again, the assists, but not only that, you have your push block, which you press forward and then light plus medium while you're in block stun, and it costs 3/4 of a bar, and I think that should kind of change. I think it should get changed to just half a bar. Parry is another mechanic that's really good. You get a full punish off it if you read what your opponent does and it has a gap, or you just react to a really slow startup move and you parry it. That only costs half a bar, but once you get the hits in and you punish them, you get your meter back. I don't know, do you agree with push block being 3/4 of a bar and parry only being half a bar? I think parry, or push block, should be half a bar. But I love the mechanics for this game. The fuses add a lot to it. One thing I do think should be added, maybe make DHCing part of the main mechanics, like make it not a fuse, but that's just me. I'll still be fine with it being a fuse, but it just feels more like a Marvel game in that sense, where you can DHC and get your crazy damage off that. But with this game being a high damaging game, I can see why they make you pick it between other options. And that's another thing. I didn't put this on this list, but damage. I feel like the damage is just a little too high, but again, this is the alpha, so stuff will get tuned and stuff will change they are aware of Touch of Deaths, and they acknowledge them, and they're gonna make them very rare. But they also agree that it should cost all resources to do, which I agree. If you want to try to 100% to zero someone, it should cost all of your meter, all of your assist meter, and yeah, just the optimal combo route as well. But yeah, continuing on with the good, I just kind of go on tangents. Sorry. The netcode. I feel like the netcode is very good, but then again, this is ran off Riot servers, and they are some of the best servers out there. They have a whole video explaining it. I'm not going to go into detail because that video would explain it a lot better. I might link it in the description if you want to look at it, but just know Riot servers are some of the best servers out there when it comes to gaming. And that's really important because every frame matters in a fighting game, especially a tag fighter, where you have to call in assists and, you know, land these combos. And another thing I didn't put on this list is long combos. People are complaining, oh, combos are too long. If you look at Marvel Infinite or even Marvel 3, the combos are long. That's just how versus games are. I don't know what to tell you. They do acknowledge this too, but I just don't know how much it's going to change because, yeah, sure, you look at something like Ahri, like Sonic Fox is doing this crazy Ahri combo that gets up to like 30 hits, but you're really not going to be doing that a whole lot unless you're an execution master. But you're mainly just going to be, you know, doing your basic 10 to 15 hit combo into your super, or maybe even like ending with an assist and then ending in a special into your super, stuff like that. Like, you're not going to be doing crazy combos like this all the time. So with that, I really don't think combo length is going to get changed. People are just going to have to learn that that's part of versus fighting games. Combos are inherently long, but you can squeeze a lot of damage out of them. And there's some of the coolest combos out there in fighting games, I think. So, and simple controls. I think simple controls is good for everyone. I don't care if you're a casual, a beginner, or an experienced player. Like, since when do motion inputs make up everything of a fighting game? I thought it was all about like the mind games and outsmarting your opponent. And that's what they are all about. They're not about motion inputs. It's like, come on. I had no issue adapting to the special 1 and special 2 buttons and then having a tag button. I saw a lot of people like, oh, this is confusing. I just, you know, I'm having a hard time getting this muscle memory down. And that's fair. A lot of people aren't going to get it down right away. But I play a lot of fighting games, so getting it down for me wasn't that hard. Just comes with experience. So again, simple controls is good for everyone. I don't care what you say. Duos is very fun. It's hard to play this game solo after playing it in duos with my friend that I ended up giving a code to. So yeah, this game is just super fun. Like I said, it's hard to play solo after playing it with duos just because of like all the sick stuff you can do. And like communicate together and like, hey, do your assist when I go for this, or like telling your partner to like, okay, kill him when you have like a DHC opportunity and stuff like that. It's really fun, and it's gonna be even more fun once the roster fills out and we see like what other play styles and archetypes we get in this game. So yeah, duos, awesome. I like the addition. The last time this happened was in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, but I think it was local only. I'm not sure if it was online. But the last thing, the lobby. The lobby in this game is super good, as you may not know, or you may know. Avatar lobbies in most fighting games have been looked down upon just because they've been so bad. But then again, they've mainly came from like Arc System Works games. They've been in Dragon Ball, Guilty Gear, and some other fighting games they made. I'm not quite sure. Those are just the ones that come to my head when I think of Arc System Works. But yeah, the lobby is really cool. They did it really well. Like when you want to find a game, you can just go sit at an empty cabinet or a TV. There's cabinets and TVs. And you can sit there, and anyone that's finding a match within that lobby, it'll let them know and show like a big yellow, like a zone around that cabinet or setup. And then they'll just run there. You and your partner can run there and start playing with some people. So it's really cool. My only issue with this lobby is it's not big enough. It was really popular in this alpha lab, so like finding setups was kind of hard. So with the full release, I think they should expand it, make it bigger, and add more setups. I like the whole main stream setup in the front, where you can watch other people play each other. And one issue is when you're sitting at a cab next to it, the roll HUD, where it shows like you and your friend, and then whoever joins, that blocks out like the upper half of your screen, which is where the main stream setup is happening. So I think one change is where you could have a toggle to where you could toggle that off, and while you're waiting for someone to come join your setup, you'll be able to watch the front setup where people are playing. So just a little nitpick of mine. But yeah, the lobby is great. Just expand it, add more setups. Now, going on to the bad. So, obvious bugs like crashing, and there was this weird loading screen bug where when people joined or you rematched, it showed like the couches in the lobby like moving, and you could see like assets of the lobby. And it was a black screen, but it was just really weird. But again, it's an alpha. You're gonna, you gotta expect little bugs like that to happen. But other than crashing too, there was no crazy game-breaking stuff. So that's good for an actual alpha lab. So I'm sure in the future they will optimize stuff like that. It won't crash. And I noticed a little stuttering on my PC, like during training mode sometimes, but again, it's an alpha. They will optimize the game later. And I don't have like a bad PC setup either. It's pretty decent, but it's not the best, but it does its job. And the worst thing about this game that I can really say about it is that it's not out. Like, come on. This game needs to be out already. I'm just having too much fun with it. But as time goes by, we will get more characters. Hopefully there's around 15 to 20 characters around launch. If you don't know, this game's gonna be free to play on PC, Xbox, PlayStation. I just don't know about the generations of Xbox and PlayStation. It might not be on PlayStation 4 and the earlier generations of Xbox One. It might just be on Series X, but I could be wrong. Just keep an eye out. But yeah, this game, super fun. Can't wait for it. And so let me know your thoughts below. What you think, if you've played it or if you've just been watching it the past, week and a half. What do you think about it? Do you play League? Do you not play League? Even if you don't, how do you feel about this game? I think this game's really sick and fun, and I'm not really well versed in versus games, but this game is just too much fun, and I really like the art style. The cel shaded is one of my favorite art styles in just anything, really. It's such a cool art style to look at. Really easy on the eyes and just smooth. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts below in the comments. This is Darkson signing out, and I hope you take care. Peace.